cough a lot.
Are you gonna suck my dick?
What?
This is being recorded.
Well,
Well, I hope you know how to cut that part out.
I will. Where is Mars?
DM call with her girlfriend, playing whatever the fuck she's playing.
Playing Devil May Cry HD Collection. Damn it, I can't send an entire...
Here we go again.
Ah, shit. I can't send an entire message just full of spaces. What can I text her to get into call? Oz,
Just to remind you that you have D&D, you have a marathon call with your girlfriend going.
Dude, it's crazy. Oz just rolled 3 0 damage rolls.
Put shit on my name.
Since she asked, really? I'm gonna say no, get in here. I know Zuno's not coming today.
Lame. Lame. He has to die for it now.
I know, right? He's fucking responsible and shit, going to school.
How dare he study for his SAPs? Lame. Lame.
Lame.
He's gotta die for it. Let me go loose.
He must have no free time besides studying.
Bro.
Oh, can you hear Nellick?
In the background of your mic.
You can't hear me right now?
Oh, good gravy. Now I can.
Alright.
I was gonna ask Zuno if he knew how to make hydraulic press.
Like in the press and create?
Yeah, because I want to do V3 and I want to make a working hydraulic press. You know why? But
Mm-hmm.
can't imagine how I'd do it.
I mean, you can use a ton of mechanical presses and
Yeah, just make a fucking
Wow.
huge mechanical press.
you'll have to put like a bunch in a line, but it'll look fine. Just have to make them move it all at the same time.
Here's the question: can I get the PDF for this fucking thing to load?
Nope.
Nope.
No.
Okay, coughing up a lung back there.
Yeah, don't mind him. He's fine.
Is he?
There's like a 33% chance that he's not.
Yeah. What if he just dies?
You know, I'll take those odds.
I let the mod pack choose a custom photo for my files, and I forgot to take a screenshot of a YouTube video called Fighting Helen Keller Lucky Block Challenge.
Right.
And it randomizes and shows that, and I saw the image.
Oh god.
Oh, God.
This is how I know there is no God.
Gotta see this. There we go. Anyways.
I'm surprised that the thumbnail is just so similar to what was his goddamn name that used to do those fucking lucky block challenges with his
Popular
girlfriend?
MMOs.
Popular
Yeah.
MMOs. Fuck that guy.
Where the fuck did the body mod go? Where is it? All stacked.
I sent Mr. Mayor the photo that I have of me from the photo that I have from the hospital where it looks like I'm in the Mandela catalogs, and she says you look like an anomaly, but she spelled anomaly really fucking badly. It looks like whenever people say like me trying to spell gorgeous.
They spell it really, really wrong.
Yeah. It was ANOMALIE. So close, yet so far.
For the hydraulic press, could I probably just add regular crate and do it, or would I need an extension?
No, it's just regular crate, I'm pretty sure.
What else is in that game?
Me, I'm in that game.
Trying to think of what else I could add. 'Cause I already have the bodies, I have shields and bits.
Fuck, which ones are we going with? VTT digital asset packs. Just stop dying.
There's some in-game. No.
My PC is freaking the fuck out having like a 600-page PDF just open. Like, it's a PDF, man. You run like the most complex games in existence, but a PDF breaks you in half.
Your computer's like, it's too big, I can't take it.
I need you to shut up. Don't laugh at that.
It was a sympathetic laugh. Doors.
I just want to be able to have this entire page on one screen so that way I can send a photo of it. So that way you guys have a map for this section. If I bring my wrist too far down, it flings me halfway across the story.
That's fire.
That's really fun. I am 6 chapters ahead of where we are supposed to be because I moved my wrist a quarter of a centimeter farther than I should have. Don't do that. Don't say that about me. I've heard that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You saying hateful things, dude?
He said hateful things.
I didn't say anything. I've just been sitting here eating my salad and steak.
Mm-hmm. You totally didn't call me a bad DM.
Wow.
Alex and or Larry, have either of you ever played Devil May Cry, like the series at all?
I tried to get into it. I don't get it.
Larry, I'm playing through the first one right now.
I think what we tried to play was Castlevania. No, it was Devil May Cry. You know, we got into the first one very slightly, and by that I mean we watched the opening cutscene and then attempted to play the first level, and we were both like, you know, maybe this isn't for us.
Dude, my only gripe with it, like the combat's really fun. My only gripe with it is, god fucking damn, the camera is so shit. It is so bad. I was fighting a boss, and like half the time I couldn't see his attacks because the camera would just like fly to a different point of view randomly, and I couldn't see. I was like, okay.
It's we started playing it, and I swear to God, I went, you know, I think they're trying to be a little too edgy.
Nah, I don't even care. That's just fire. Dude, why is that what Helen Keller looked like? I don't think I've ever seen a picture.
I don't know, bro. I just thought the fucking title was funny, so I took a picture of it.
Let me look
Yeah,
up.
you got me curious. Yes, that is what she looks like.
The fact that you guys think that they would at least put up like a fucking, like what, a 40s picture of just some random old lady.
Dude,
Well, listen,
never know,
unironically,
like-
it looked like Hillary Clinton. I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck is she doing here?
You never know, man.
Okay.
Wait, you guys don't trust anything you read on the internet at all?
No.
Who would?
Unless it's like a Reddit article from like 16 years ago about a niche problem I have. I don't care.
Yeah, if it's not a tech article off of Reddit that has been threatened to be deleted because like 10 people total had this problem, and one person figured out what the issue was, what's the point?
Yeah, like bro, she looks like fucking. She looks like Hillary Clinton, bro.
Smile.
It is the smile.
Same cheekbones. That's crazy, actually. Also, that photo of Hillary Clinton you pulled up looks extremely AI generated, and I
It
Oh, it
really-
does!
Why'd they yassify her?
Dude, I haven't seen anything about Hillary Clinton since the 2016 election, unironically.
She's fine. She's doing fine. She's fine.
I
Also,
hope,
on that same note, who gives a flying fuck?
I hope Hillary Clinton blows it up. Not because, like, I don't, like,
You don't hate her politically. She. You just
I don't hate her
don't
politically, I just hate her, yeah. She's married to Bill Clinton. Oh, fuck.
Exactly. You understand.
Fuck you, Bill Clinton.
You need toilet paper in Minecraft.
What the fuck kind of...
I'm just thinking to myself.
How do you make-
toilet paper?
toilet paper in Minecraft?
I was thinking about weapons, and I was like, how am I gonna get toilet paper in Minecraft?
No, but
Doesn't
know-
explain it at all.
you know who we...
Making
Oh.
Danganronpa, and one of the characters gets killed by toilet paper.
She
Oh.
does. She
What?
does get killed by toilet paper.
What do you mean she gets
She's,
killed by
uh,
toilet paper?
So they
I was gonna
enter a
start the
virtual
session.
world, and then she gets murdered because she gets strangled to death by AI toilet paper.
Yeah.
And then she dies in the real world. The end.
Hey, I'm kind of glad that we never got into Danganronpa now.
You're really not missing out on much, nah. You're really not missing out.
Alright. You guys are just waking up from a long rest. If you didn't take a long rest, take it now.
Oh, shit.
Sorry to interrupt one more time before we start. What should I order for food? I'm hungry and I want dinner.
I want food. I'm so
Wendy's? I was thinking between that or Wingstop.
Oh, Wingstop's better.
I'll order Wingstop.
Or at least
Try
the
them
Wingstops out
tenders.
here are better. Anyway, you guys are just waking up from a long rest in the inn in Wickermore Village.
Yerp.
And notably, your companion, Oleander, continues to sleep. He's just a little fox, resting on a
He's
pillow.
fucking dead, man. They killed him. They got him.
Again. They got him again. What the
Fuck.
He's sleeping. You could drag
Fucking
around
dead.
his
He's
unconscious
fucking
body
dead.
with him, with you if you want, like
Fucking
a scarf.
got him, bro. They fucking got
They fucking took him away.
him. Fuck, man. Fuck.
And you have the entire day to yourselves before you have dinner with the Druskenwalds at the end of the night at their inn, or at their manor. So, what do you guys want to do with your day?
Buh. Why are they marked off by V's? B21,
questioning
what you
were doing, that's all.
B3.
You grabbed a pie and a pineapple full of sorbet?
Let a man live sometimes. Damn.
No, that's just how I know he's blasted right now.
Bro is
Shut
so
your fucking mouth. How about
You
that?
didn't even finish your steak.
Yeah, because it's too done.
It's
I
too
think I
done.
heard the
Done.
words from you.
Yeah, it's really chewy.
I'm surprised.
Anyways, can we play D&D?
Yeah, what do you guys
Love
want to do
bad.
with your day?
Yeah, so
What are-
I really
what
wanna
are
learn more
our
about where the hell we are.
Yeah, so I don't know how much your characters would actually remember, but I'll just tell you the areas that you can go in around the village. There's the Green Queen Inn, where you are staying right now. The stables, where you can see horses. Notably, Nellic has never seen horses before.
That's crazy.
the mayor's house and office, Tolavir's trading post, the apothecary, Randall's barber shop, Wickermore schoolhouse, the Founders Round, which is I don't know, it's like the town center.
Mhm.
The Oak of Many Faces, which is the tree you guys saw that baby goat tied up under when you first came into the village.
Ah, yes, I remember that.
There's
I'm recalling this now.
there's the
Oh,
founder's
fuck it.
statue, which was also at the location.
Mhm.
Interesting manner, that's right.
There's the masonry,
Okay.
the carpentry workshop.
There's a fuck ton of places to go here. Holy shit.
There's Bread by Holly, which is a bakery. Harga's Meats.
Harga's meat. I don't know if I trust Harga to give me meats. I don't know.
I don't know if this place is where you want to get meats anyway.
Yeah, it's probably.
There's the Smithy, the Wickery, and A Stitch in Time.
Okay.
There's the Abandoned Church,
Hmm.
the Post Office. I don't know what the fuck a dovecoit is. Oh, it's a haven for pigeons, like a post office. There's the
Gotcha.
Okay.
there's a Shade Funeral Hall,
Okay.
antique bookstore. The Druskenwald estate is labeled V24 on that map, all the way at the top there. And a haunted clock tower. There's the Old Plymouth Place.
Old Plymouth Place.
Do you not have the map going in the campaign?
No,
It's
the
in-
map is just in the Discord, so you can see it at any given time.
It's in the,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
There's Homes and the Pavilion, and then they gave me a list of other NPCs that I can put down at any different point in time.
Well, we can. I don't feel like the jail would be a particularly enjoyable experience to go to. Let's try and avoid the jail. I don't think that'd be nice to be around. Does anything particularly sound like does anything stand out to you guys specifically?
Oh. God.
Because a lot of options. Is it bad that I forgot like half of them?
I think we need to try to learn more about where we are.
Yeah, I guess we should go
Where
ask
can we
people.
do that?
Yeah, where can we ask people to like where the hell we are or what we're doing here?
Sure.
Maybe we can talk to the mayor.
Sure,
Sure.
good.
You could.
Well, let's go talk to the mayor then.
We want to talk to the mayor?
Yeah, let's talk to the mayor.
Okay.
You guys start exiting the room. I imagine that none of you have actually brought Oleander with you wearing him like a scarf.
Yeah. Nah, he's just sitting there. I'm not doing all that.
I thought about
Yeah.
it.
He can live there.
And you start to exit down the stairs of the inn. And you see the same innkeeper that you interacted with the night before. She's wearing the same purple getup, lined in purple felt that you saw her originally in, her hat stacked high with bows and frills. And she looks at you. I don't know what you did, But
Oh.
you are not the only visitors in town anymore. It's curious, don't you think?
I mean, I don't believe that we had anything to do with it, but I mean, if you believe that we did, then I can understand.
Perhaps not. But it's curious what fate and the Queen decide. Well, if you wish to see our new merry travelers, there's a band of actors, or whatever, setting up in the theater of my great inn, just across the hall, if you want to go see them.
Okay.
That's good.
Otherwise, if you are looking to talk to someone specific, I could give you directions.
Well, if you could speak to the mayor, that'd be quite nice.
Alright, the mayor. Do you remember the. I mean, it's right outside the door. He's right across the street. The big house with the clock tower on top of it. I'm sure he will be happy enough to speak with you all.
It's quite gaudy for being a mayor,
You're telling me.
especially with the state your town is in. Of course.
We are a small but prosperous town. By the glory of the Green Queen, of course.
Green Queen again. Curious thought.
Everything's
Yeah.
curious, don't you think?
Do you have any information you could tell us about this green queen of yours?
Why would I decide to preach?
Suppose that's fair.
Especially
Well.
after you all tried to stop our ritual yesterday.
Well, I mean, I feel it a little unfair that you're trying to, without a lack of a better word, murder a defenseless animal.
You just don't understand our rituals, our temperament. But I am not the correct person for you to talk to about this.
You're right, we need to see the mayor.
You could. I'm sure he will be happy enough to speak with you.
Have you seen him?
Today?
Hey.
No, I only saw him yesterday when he was pointing you in the direction of the inn. I typically don't see him on my day-to-day runs.
Hmm.
I suppose he's not out very much, then.
I don't know. I just don't leave the inn very much.
Well,
Not unless I
suppose-
have to go run to get something.
I suppose we're not going to get very much else done here.
Suppose
You should
not.
go meet him.
Go right ahead. I'll talk to you all later.
Of course.
I know I'm not a very trust-giving person, but I don't know about the rest of you, but I don't trust a single person here.
No, I don't either. It's, something feels quite off about this town. Something very, very foul is going on here.
You all exit the inn, and you remember it being nearly pitch black when you first got into this village. And you expected it to be daylight, but it's not. The sun seems to be barely cresting the horizon. And even in just the short walk over to Marriage Summerton's house, the sun falls again, leaving you in a nice evening air. You're not sure how the day cycle works here, but you were sure it was around 10 a.m. Should be just morning. Yet you are still surrounded in darkness.
What do you think we should do, Oz?
So one moment. I must be back in a second.
There's no shame in wandering, I suppose, if we have nothing else.
Many interesting buildings line the streets of this small village. And you notice that the innkeeper appears to be right. It seems small, but prosperous.
Which building are we on the map? Is the inn?
V1 is the inn.
Okay.
The mayor's house is V4. Literally across the street.
Yeah, so I guess we just kind of mosey our way over to the mayor's house, and I'm gonna go ahead and knock on his door.
The house looms above you. It doesn't seem welcoming, but it's not unwelcoming either. Jesus Christ.
Okay, guys, don't worry. Sorry. Everything is falling off my desk.
Oh, Lyra's dying. That's what's happening right now.
There's an earthquake! There's a fucking earthquake! Help!
As I was saying, the mayor's house looms above you. The inn felt large, but this feels too much.
Too much?
Too much for just what you imagine to only be 2 people, but maybe you're incorrect about that.
Feels quite. It feels particularly disgusting to me about the fact that he has this enormous, what seems to be a manor, where his town looks the way it does.
Look, here, hold on a second. Before we continue, the innkeeper told us that this is a very prosperous town, right?
I believe so, yes.
A lot of commerce, a lot of trade. If this was a very prosperous town, why do they feel the need to sacrifice?
This is a good
The
question.
only reason usually when you feel sacrifice is either when you're being threatened by something or if you're trying to receive something.
I doubt. I mean, this they doesn't particularly seem that this green queen of theirs is particularly a malevolent god. So I
Is that what they were sacrificing the goat for?
believe so. Yes. I mean, it seemed to be some sort of ritual to their queen or whatever, but it just irks me about the fact that I mean, this town is such. I mean, if this town has such good commerce and has a healthy supply of money and food, I don't understand particularly why they would feel the need to have this sacrificial lamb and sacrifice to a god constantly. But I suppose I would have to ask a preacher or someone.
Well, the thing is about that, no matter who we talk to in this town, I don't feel like we're gonna get the complete truth.
No, and that's the unfortunate part about it.
Yeah, I just don't know if what's going on. That's really what's bothering me.
Of course.
In any case, so we're not gonna get very far unless we start asking some questions. So let's go see if the mayor has any answers. That is.
Sounds good.
You knock. Can anyone hear that when I do that? Perfect,
Yeah.
thank you. You knock on his door, and you wait a second or two. And then a small child opens up the door. She has rosy red cheeks and is wearing a very nice and new dress. Her hair, golden locks, spun into nice tight curls, framing her face. She opens up the door very shyly and looks out. Hello?
Hi, dear. I assume that you are the mayor's child?
Yeah, my name's Rose.
Hi, Rose. We were wondering if we could, speak to with your father. Is that alright?
Yeah, of course. He should be here, I think.
Do you mind
You
getting
don't know
us
if he's here?
sweetie?
Well, I don't see my dad much whenever he's on work.
Oh, I see.
You
I'm
know,
sorry.
I'm not allowed in his office and such.
Well, if you could let him know that he's got guests, we'd very much appreciate it.
No, you can just go up to his office yourself.
Oh, I see.
Perfect. Thank you, my dear.
So you're just gonna go up those large stairs right there that are very looming and very scary. I hate those stairs. And then you're gonna head to the very top, and take a right, left, but one of those two, you'll know, I think.
Oh, do you know? Do you just want to lead us there?
I can't go upstairs.
Huh?
Why not?
I'm afraid of the stairs.
Okay.
Oh, well, Nelik can carry you if you're scared of walking
no,
on them.
that don't.
Oh, hey, now I'm not. You can't just whore me out like that.
Well,
You good
look,
Samaritan.
you're
Whore me?
the big strong one. Don't worry about that, sweetie.
Let's
You don't
be
need to
fully
know.
honest here. I'm not the big strong one, all right?
Okay, well, you're the little
His
small
ego.
one. Is that
His
better?
ego.
Is that better? Anyway, you do not need to know what a whore is, dear. You don't need to worry about that. Well,
Okay.
can you explain why what's scary about the stairs, dear?
Look at them. They're so tall and old. They feel like they could eat you at any time, you know?
The wooden stairs.
Anything can eat you if they try hard enough.
Well,
we're gonna attack this one point at a time.
I mean, I understand, dear. It's okay to be scared. I don't know if the wood will exactly swallow you up and eat you.
But how can you
I-
be sure?
Well, I mean, I can walk on them right now, and then
I'm fairly confident a set of stairs doesn't have a digestive system.
yes. Here, I'll walk on them right now, and then Lyra goes to walk up the stairs.
You can walk up the stairs perfectly fine.
See,
But
dear?
you do notice that it's probably rather a terrifying climb for like
Yeah.
a 5-year-old.
Of course, yeah. You want me to see, dear? It's perfectly fine. They won't eat you. Would you like me to hold your hand and lead you up here?
No, I shouldn't. Just head that way. And she points in the direction she's meaning, but like from the bottom of the stairs. To find my dad's office. It's a big door and it's at the end of the hall. You really can't miss it.
All right, my dear.
That's what
All
my
right,
mom
then.
says anyway.
All right, my dear. Come on, Ella. Come on, us.
And you guys make your way.
I don't like this place.
You guys make your way down the hallway. The house is oddly quiet, but you do hear the voice of a man bickering.
Oh, my.
It doesn't sound like he's talking to any particular person, just rather grieving out his heirs into the open air. And it gets louder and louder as you approach the door at the end of the hall that Rose was talking about.
You want to knock?
Door, you go to knock on the door, but it just pushes open when you go to knock on it. And you can walk inside freely. The mayor, the big round man wearing a bowler cap that you met at the beginning of this journey into the village, stands to greet you. I don't remember what voice I gave him. Oh!
I don't either.
Hi there! Dear travelers, it's nice to see you again. What brings you
Mr.
to
Mayor.
my office?
Well, I can't help but notice that we've got a lot of time to kill in the time that we're here. And, I can't help but shake the feeling that there's something going on here.
There's a lot of things happening in the city.
That's one way of putting
That's-
it. That's absolutely for sure.
That is true, but that that's not what we meant.
Well, I suppose there ought to be a few creaks and cracks into the oldest province in all of Druskenwald.
Hmm.
See, here's my question though. If you're such a prosperous village, what is the point of sacrifices?
To maintain the prosperity. To keep the wolves at bay, if you will.
Why don't you just kill the wolves?
I think
It's
you
not
meant
how
that in a
Mother Nature has
metaphorical sense.
demanded.
I don't think that's a choice Mother Nature has to make for you.
Well, it has to be. Because Mother Nature
mean,
is
unless-
our god here.
Oh, that much was obvious. But I do believe that. Fortunately, I don't think sacrificing defenseless animals is quite right.
Well, to each their own. We welcome different ideologies here, and you will find quite a few people who are willing to debate you on that point in this village. Not me, unfortunately. There are. Perhaps you're. I don't know. Perhaps you're curious about the history of this village.
Actually, yeah.
We are.
I
I'd like
am.
you to explain it.
Of course, of course. Well, we were the only established province that has been established since before Druskenwald was even called Druskenwald, as far as I'm aware. No one can really remember who settled first, or what made this village what it is. But it's a time before even Mr. Druskenwald can remember. But we've always been here on the coast. Well, coast is a relative term since we're not near an ocean, but the cusp of the forest, if you will. Our village is the last step people take before they make a pilgrimage into the Green Queen's forest that surrounds us. Or perhaps their first step into learning about the religion of the Green Queen.
Queen.
Why would people need to go on this pilgrimage through the forest?
Many
Do they-
hunters do.
Do they return?
Most do. But as all fates demand, if you walk into the forest, some people are bound to get lost or eaten.
Mm.
No, I can't really argue with that logic, but
It's unfortunate those souls who do end up lost. Well, to the north, if the fog ever lifts for you to get out of the village, to the north you will find multiple other providences. Let's see, there's grand cities that I'm trying to scroll to the top of the PDF file that gives me this information, and it's glitching out my computer to the point that I can't see any of them.
that's insane.
It's crazy that they have this technology in Druskenwald.
Question: what is a
Really impressive.
computer?
I didn't say the
What
word
is a-
computer.
PDF.
Oh, wouldn't you like to know, brother boy?
Truly
Oh,
is, truly
more
is.
fucking.
What?
We are in the dead center of Druskenwald here, in Wickamore Hollow. And there are many provinces that surround us. There's Pico to the north. Pico is the grand. We get so many drunk people from Pico. Just wandering into our village haphazardly. We would much rather them be here than drunkenly wandering into the forest, mind you, though. There's people from Fulsense who come here occasionally trying to preach their gods. To each their own. We don't stop them. To the east, there's Olmarsh. The south, there's Nekrut.
What is the point of this town?
This town is a hub, if you will. But also, just as the oldest town here, we just live as we please. The surrounding provinces come through and we gain our lessons in culture through them, sure. But think of us as the starting point for all of Druskenwald. People who headed north ended up at Pico. People who headed west ended up coming up with Fulsense. People who headed
Do most
east.
people come here from the train?
No, the train doesn't usually stop here. We have a few visitors who have stopped here on the train, but not in a very long time.
How did you people get here?
We were here before the train existed, even.
Are you alive?
Are you?
Yes.
Then I am too. What does being alive mean in this grand world of death and misery, really?
That's actually kind of what I'm trying to figure out.
It might be a point that you lean on for a very long time. Because there's not much of a answer in reality.
I see. Well, it sounds like if we're going to be in this world for any amount of time, we're going to need money.
Well, you will be happy to know that here in the village, well, we do dabble in money. We don't really expect people off the train to have it. You'll find a few people who are more than willing to help you for just the sake of it. At least I hope so. I'm sure your friends, the Druskenwalds, would help with that if you so choose.
Well, I mean, as the mayor of this town, is there any kind of help that you could need assistance with?
I'm not really sure. As far as I'm concerned, we have everything that we need right now. But I'm sure the people of the village say otherwise. I will not stop you from going off and speaking to our citizens. Our denizens, if you will. I'm sure they will very much welcome travelers into the fold. It's been so long since we've had travelers come through our home.
I suppose we'll...
I actually, Mayor, if you don't mind, I have one last question.
Yes, of course.
I was, while we were crossing the path from the inn to your home, I happened to notice to the northwest that a building is destroyed, rubble, if you will.
No. The abandoned church.
What is that?
It's a church that was abandoned for a while.
Why is it abandoned?
It was abandoned before my time, I'm sure. The original church was... the church was originally built from marble and granite. It was beautiful in its time. We are trying to reclaim it from the destruction. You can probably see new wooden structures built around it from time to time as we try to go on repairing it. We don't know who...
Was this church for the Green Queen?
Would you believe me if I told you that we didn't know? The church was so old when I even was born. It was destroyed by that point, and it's been destroyed since. I've just heard tale of its beauty when it was in its prime. But I can't... No one, or at least no one who's still living, knows who it was originally dedicated to. It could be the Green Queen. It's a very good option. Perhaps it was built by travelers of Folsons, since they have a lot of similar architecture. They worship the god... Oh, shit, I forget his name. Ah, if I remember, I'll send you a letter later, I'm sure. Or maybe you'll run into one of them. But... yeah. We try to fix it up every now and again, but something always seems to be getting in our way.
I see.
I suppose we will
If you're looking...
await your letter.
Of course. If you're looking for a church to worship, whatever you do, I believe there is one to the east of the village. It's a long walk, though. So, if you're going to do that, you might want to catch up with the Druskenwalds first.
Okay. Well, Mayor, I see that, unless we have any more questions left for him, that, I don't think we're going to get anything else answered until we, do a little bit more exploring for ourselves.
Of course. If you have any questions, feel free to write them down and come back so you have plenty of information. I promise you my door is always open.
Well, it's good to see you again, Mayor.
It's a pleasure to talk to you all again.
I kind of like wave towards the door and just start walking out.
Letter follows.
Waves to you all sitting behind his desk, and as soon as you turn your faces away from him, you see in the peripheral that he gets right back into his paperwork, and he starts grumbling again.
As we're walking away, is there any kind of like anything in the room that kind of catches my eye?
I would say you see on his desk a photo that is pointed out towards the room and away from him. And you can see his family. You see a portrait, a rather small one of him, his wife, or who you believe to be his wife, and his daughter, Rose. You believe it was taken fairly recently. That's it.
Okay.
I assume there's nothing else like interesting going on.
Not
in
in
the
his office or his house, no.
Okay. I don't know about you, Nelik, but it definitely didn't answer any of my questions. If anything, it added more.
Well, I think as far as I could tell right now, this place it's not what I was initially expecting. This place is not necessarily a purgatory of sorts, but more of a different world.
It seems to be a different dimension of source instead of an afterlife.
Right. But the other thing that I can't stop thinking about is that church. So this land is old enough to have established architecture that has no or that no one can remember the history for.
Older than the train as well.
It's older, yeah, older than the train as well. By how much, I guess that's something I'm sure they don't even know either, but
I think what bothers me is the fact that it's been destroyed for so long.
right, is this a religion that's been wiped out? Or was this maybe like, was that maybe like the cult religion that, I don't know, I've got a lot of questions.
Of course. I wonder if we can find a priest around to.
What does Porcelain Boy think here?
Priest.
Priest.
I was one of those.
Genius. Thank you, Porcelain, man. Appreciate it.
I wonder if Shar was here, or if anybody here would know what that is.
I
Doubt it was
feel
how they're
like
living.
about it. I feel like an issue with asking about our known religions and what I assume to be our realm.
Well, but here's the thing, though. We can't guarantee that that church was dedicated to the Green Queen. And if it was, why is it burned down?
Worse. What confuses me more is the architecture reminds me quite a lot of my home, being built off granite and marble.
Well, that. Even then, that asks the same question. Why is it burned down then? Did the Green Queen's followers destroy every semblance of other religions?
There's a chance. I mean, I suppose we haven't seen people of other.
But it also sounds
Religious
like this
background.
Green Queen is a queen more in the name, not really in the title, but in the name.
I mean, they did say that their god is Mother Nature.
Yeah. So there's still, I know there's something going on around in this town. I just don't know what and why.
Of course. I suppose we could ask a priest if we could find one about their religion.
I don't know if I'd care.
I certainly wouldn't be interested in joining, but it definitely does help give some backstory on people's beliefs here. My other issue is the fact that he said that they are sacrificing for prosperity. Makes it seem like they're asking the gods for the prosperity there.
They're trying. Well, that's my problem that I have with it too. Is if you need to make sacrifices to maintain peace, then you don't really have peace.
Of course, it seems more so that they have a. It seems like if they slip up, this prosperity they have will disappear. I fear it might hurt every citizen.
Um. I don't know where to go from here.
I suppose we should just go find somebody to speak to, I suppose.
If you decide to just wander, please roll a d20.
I guess we're just fucking wandering.
Honestly, I have no direction to give you right now either.
10. My food's here. Hold on, guys.
I got
I got a 10, by the way.
A 10, a 16. Okay.
Safe. Ooh. 6.
Okay. You guys stand in the middle of the village and you try to look at the other buildings that surround this area. You notice that you correctly identify V1 and V4 on the map as the Green Queen Inn and the mayor's house. You even notice the clock tower that's on top of the mayor's house. You see bloodstains still littering the dirt in the circle here that you know where they're from, unfortunately. But you realize that you don't know exactly what these other buildings are here. You see behind the inn are the stables, V2. V3, directly next to the mayor's house, is the constabulary, or the constable station. Sorry, I'm trying to locate these things on the map as I'm reading them. Trying to see if they're in your general vicinity that you would notice.
Where's the nearest inn? Like the nearest the bar.
The
Tavern, that's the word.
Based on the way that this village is laid out, you would assume that the nearest inn is actually just the Green Queen Inn, where you came from originally. She appears to have a bar in the back there, and she even mentioned a theater. This is... You would probably assume that that is the main place of gathering in this small town. There's a sign on the front of the building, V7, which you notice says Randall's Barber Shop. V8, directly next to it, is obviously the schoolhouse. You can even see the play sets in the back of it. You notice the founder's statue, the tree of many faces that you absolutely hate the look of. Directly next to the constabulary is a bakery, bred by Holly. It's what you notice around you.
Well, we could go to the bar, maybe.
I can't
That
think
would
of
get us
anywhere
anywhere.
else that we would get any information, yeah.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Back to the inn, I take it?
Yeah, it's the best bet.
Any objections, Porcelain Boy?
Yay, drinking!
You're not getting any alcohol.
Did we throw him on his head last time?
We might have.
I don't remember anything from the last session.
Believe,
Alright,
Oh,
I'm gonna
The
start
bar, yeah.
making my way back towards the inn, I guess.
Yeah.
As you guys hear, as you approach the inn, songs of merriment coming from inside of the inn. Even though it feels like in this world it's about midday, you can clearly hear the sounds of drinking, the sounds of merriment, joy, and just music. As you walk into the inn, you see the innkeeper again. She says, she looks upon you, tipping down her reading glasses slightly to get a better look. Find the answers you needed.
Not exactly. I think we got more questions than what were answered.
I have a feeling that might be a constant. I feel like everyone knows that as soon as you start diving into something, the more questions and questions you'll have. I hope some of them get answered for you. For the record. Well, you made it back at a good time. The play is beginning in the theater, if you wish.
Hmm.
And there's drinks in there, people. Oh, I'm trying to think of other stuff that you could do. There's an annual sporting competition happening tomorrow. Or
I feel that the theater event may be a good opportunity for us.
perhaps.
Can you tell us what the play is about? If you don't mind.
I believe. Yeah, I don't know. The only thing they told me is that the play is called The Prince in Gold. All I cared about was the amount of gold they placed on my table in order to use my theater for the day.
Well, I suppose I can't blame you on that issue.
You'll...
Money is a nice tool to have.
Yes, it is. It's the only thing I care about in this world, honestly.
I understand that. Well, I do appreciate you letting us stay in your inn.
Of course, it is. The theater is just that way. And she points to a set of double doors directly in front of her.
Very theater-looking doors, I'm assuming.
They just look like regular doors.
Hmm.
You imagine, just based on the look of this place, the theater is much more a stage with some tables near it.
Mhm.
Much less than like an amphitheater.
That makes sense.
You walk inside the theater, quote unquote, and it is exactly that. It's a wooden rickety stage with some big and small tables surrounding the area, some seating laid out near it, that sort of thing. And you notice a sign next to it. Not next to the stage, but next to the entrance where you just came through, that says Hitchcock and Company.
Fuck.
Hitchcock and Company. The Prince in Gold. And as you're reading it, you hear jolly music. A flamboyant member on stage, dressed in all red velvet, with a little feather in his fucking stupid hat that you immediately hate. He's
I don't know about you guys, but I immediately hate him as soon as I see him.
Oh my god.
oh, you'll be
ugly.
happy about this. He belts out a note, and as the note comes to an end, he falls over and lands and he doesn't get up.
And I fucking push. Oh, I was like, did you see that shit?
I fucking fall to the ground. What the fuck?
Oh, I think did he just die?
You notice, Lyra, as your two fucking companions are laughing, the entire room is silent. No one
He
else is
just
laughing.
pushed me over. My bitch ass ain't laughing.
Fucking... And you
Oh,
pay,
Jesus Christ.
You pay very close attention. And you notice that there is no movement. Everyone in the
What?
room has turned to face Nellic, elbowing Oz. And then the screams begin. Oh my god!
Jesus.
The rest of the actors from the trope come out from behind the curtains and just start trying to resuscitate him. They bring him up onto stage, and the member of the trope who was very clearly playing the namesake character, a flamboyant man wearing a suit made out of what appears to be gold, but upon closer inspection is just yellow fabric that has gold lining to it. He starts waving people off and telling people to evacuate the room.
Jesus Christ, how hard did he hit his head?
Now, like, I understand that was quite funny to you, but I do think that did just put a very big suspicion on us that you laughed the second that this man just died.
Cause it was funny. What do you fucking
Great
want
job,
from me?
Malik.
I understand that, but
Apparently
if
you don't understand that because you're as silent as everyone else in the fucking room.
a man
And then
just
also
died
I
in front of
assaulted
us,
him.
he just fell over on stage and died.
Oh, I'm sorry. The first time I finally have some fun and it's at someone else's expense. I'm sorry.
This is more than someone's expense. He is dead. This man is dead on the stage.
I didn't fucking kill him.
I know you didn't kill him, but I'm just saying.
I can't believe a
don't know
vampire
that.
of all people is telling me to have some more remorse. Get fucked.
Okay, whatever.
No, we don't gotta go. We don't gotta go there.
Let's just see how this plays out.
This is the most happy I've felt it since we fucking got on that train, and you're gonna give me shit now? Fuck the both of you.
Wait, I'll have
The
you.
man in yellow starts to approach you guys, and he has his hands kind of like clasped together, one on top of the other, and he's like, "So I'm very sorry that you guys showed up at this time. It's very
Yeah, so are we.
If it helps you relax any, we don't suspect you of whatever the fuck happened to our friend over there."
Oh, thank goodness. As I say goodness, I literally turn my and just like lock eyes with Ira. Thank goodness.
Okay. You just need to drag it out, don't you?
I'm sure he's okay, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Here,
What happened?
he certainly looks quite dead, unfortunately. But what did happen? Do you have any ideas? What could have
Well,
happened to your friend?
no, I have no idea. When I came here, by the way, my name is George Hitchcock.
Mhm.
I'm the leader of our little band of actors, I guess. But
Of course.
when Terry woke up this morning, the only thing he had to eat was an apple. I thought that was a bit weird, since he usually eats a lot more, but whatever. But this is totally unexpected. And especially the fact that, they're not resuscitating him any, I guess.
Oh, there's just no attempt. It's just I already called it.
No, they're trying, but, I mean, it looks like they're
Clearly not
really-
working.
Yeah.
You don't necessarily seem all that heartbroken.
Yeah, I mean, Terry was a friend, but not a great one. I'm more just trying to put on airs so that way everyone remains calm.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, I don't want to seem rude, my dear, but I don't believe it's working. I think everybody around us is screaming. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear that, but they're quite loud about it too.
Yes, it's quite unfortunate.
So, do you know if he ran into anybody the day prior to?
I wasn't with him. At least I don't think I was. We were quite drunk when we arrived here.
Right. Well,
We arrived just after you guys, I believe?
mm,
Since you guys are the other travelers in town, right?
of course, yes, that is us.
Yes, I figured we would be the only ones. We usually are whenever we come by, or at least we are in recent years. But the news that there were other travelers was very interesting. We hoped to run into you. But
Well, we're here now, of course.
no,
I believe we'll have to speak to your other band members because, well, I'm worried there's a small bit of foul play involved.
please. There's Jules. She's the one who usually plays the piano. And then there's Victor. He usually plays the villain in whatever we play. Then Clarice. And Clarice is our stagehand. She sews up all of our costumes, makes our props. She's more than happy with just being in the background. And that's it. It's just the four of us now, I suppose.
Of course. I do appreciate you telling me. Hopefully we can get a better understanding of what happened to your trope member because, well, you know, eating an apple and falling over certainly is quite worrying.
And definitely not something a Dwagar would do.
I don't know why you're punctuating your sentences like that, but you know.
Don't worry about it. We're just saying that for the context of this conversation, and with as many witnesses as possible, there's no way a Dwagar would do something like this.
You are making yourself so much more.
I'm making myself sound as innocent as absolutely
You
possible.
sound the way you are punctuating, and it makes you sound like you have murdered this man.
Are you helping me or not?
I am trying to help you. I
Certainly
believe we would get more done if you did not speak right now. Just
All right, fine. You know what? I'll stop. I'll stop talking. All right, just for you, Lyra. All right.
thank you. We'll get it figured out. All right, then. I'll go speak to your troop members.
Of course. You notice that everyone in the room has spaced out. Like it's a video game screen that I'm going to try to describe. Victor, a man wearing a black cape with the collar popped up that goes almost above his head, is standing on top of the stage near the body solemnly. Fuck, what was her name? Penelope was standing near the piano. And then Clarice is on the other side of the room, just sort of standing with her hands covering her mouth in shock.
I suppose we'll talk to the guy near the body. His name was Victor, wasn't it? Victor or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we'll go talk to Victor.
You approach Victor standing on top, climbing onto the stage, and he turns around with a dramatic flourish in his cape. And he goes, "I'm so sorry about that. I literally can't control when that cape becomes billowy."
It's okay. It happens. I've seen my fair share of oddities around this parts already.
No, you and me both. I get you.
Um,
Man.
I'm sorry to ask so soon after this terrible thing has befallen your member, but would you happen to have any information as to where he's been,
Well,
what he's been doing?
I mean, it's so hard. Terry was just such a good friend to everyone. But I suppose that might have been part of the issue, too.
Do you believe that that somebody could have a reason or a motivation to hurt him? I mean, there is a chance that, of course, there's always a chance that this could have just been
A terrible accident.
an accident, but
That's what I'm
I
hoping,
believe-
unfortunately.
I believe him falling over like this seems a little too
Comedic?
sudden. Comedic, yes.
No, I get it. But oh, it hurts. It really does. But I mean, the only thing that I could think of with people wanting to hurt Terry is he was, you know, the village flirt, if that makes sense.
Mm,
Even though he
Understand.
traveled to village to
Ah,
village.
so he was a whore.
he was a whore, yes.
That's a way to put it.
I'm sorry, I'm a dwarf. You can't just sugarcoat things.
Oh, I understand. The elven man in front of you, Victor, just kind of solemnly takes his hat in his hands and he puts it on top of Terry's face, covering the massive amount of vomit that has appeared.
Oh yeah, no, he was absolutely poisoned.
Perhaps, you know, it's just one of the possibilities.
I'm, I'm not accusing you, of course.
Of
But
course.
saying it like that and the villainy cape
Oh,
wave definitely
I totally
definitely
get where you're
gives
coming
the
from.
definitely gives the vibes that you've. I'll
Done it?
trust that you've. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it definitely gives off the thought. But I'll trust you've not, because I feel like that'd be a little bit too obvious.
Just a tad, maybe. The only reason why I'm cast as the villain in everything we do is because I have a rich, deep voice when I want to. And also, I am pale and look like a vampire most of the time. It's just the...
Not quite. You're missing a few parts.
The fangs? I am missing the fangs, that's true.
Yeah, of course.
But
Also, you're just not quite pale enough. You gotta be more my complexion. If that makes sense.
you put up the arms together, you are the exact same shade.
Oh, wow, never mind then. I'm sorry, it was the lighting. You are very, very pale.
Yeah, I
Do you
I
get
do
out in
a
this?
lot.
Oh, well, there is no sun. That is correct.
Yeah, that's part of the reason. The other part is that, you know, the tales say that my mother was a ghost.
Hmm.
My father might have lied about that, but we'll never know now.
No, I suppose
That's a
we
really
won't.
good way to think about it.
It's true. Very true.
Suppose we
Terry used to say that I looked like a son of a bitch.
won't. That's
Well, looked and are not the same thing. Let's be completely honest here.
yeah. I'm sure your mother was very, very kind.
I have no idea,
Um,
but I appreciate the sentiment.
of course, yes. I did you see Terry with anybody before, or?
Well, he was with a group of people last night. I don't know if I recognized any of them, but I was pretty down in the ale as well. We were just here, downstairs. I think while you guys were sleeping upstairs. I remember the innkeeper told us to quiet down because some people were upstairs sleeping.
Well. I suppose I could ask the innkeeper as well,
Of course, you could.
but the signs of vomit definitely.
Yeah, no, it doesn't
Leave me
smell
believe.
pleasant, does it, already?
No,
Oh,
it
he
doesn't.
appears to have avoided his bowels now. Great.
Oh, wow.
I'm going to step away from the body now.
Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic.
No.
Yeah.
And he does. He
Okay.
scooches off a little bit.
I really hope none of this gets in my shoes. Ugh. Anyway, I appreciate you.
Oh,
for
there is
me.
one more thing you should know.
Of course. Please do tell.
I think Terry was dating both of the women here in our troop.
Oh my.
I'm
That
not quite
certainly is.
sure because he tried, I think, to keep it under wraps, so neither one of them would find out, you know. But he was really bad at hiding it. He always came back into the fray with hickeys on his neck and bruises everywhere and scratches down his actual back that, you know, it's hard to hide those.
Yeah. Well, that definitely complicates things.
No, you're telling me.
I do hope that while I would understand, I do hope that neither of these women decided to take their anger out.
Me and you both, trust.
But yeah, I would certainly understand why they would.
I mean, who hasn't killed a lover or two at a time, you know?
Of course.
I haven't,
Okay.
I think.
Oh, you haven't?
Anyway,
Anyway, I'll speak to them. I appreciate you taking your time.
I really can't remember the name of the first lady that I gave. Penelope.
There's Penelope. Yep.
So do you go speak to Penelope, or...
I'm gonna consult the crew here.
Sure, of course.
Hello, Clarice.
That's what I named her
Pelican.
after, thank you.
Pelican Oz. I fear that this was a murder. This does not look like an accident.
What? You don't say.
Oh,
All
okay.
right, now
So
I
you're gonna
know.
take that tone with me while you acting like you're doing so much over here.
Okay,
Unnecessary.
I want to say this one last time. It was fucking funny.
Look, I understand it was funny,
That's
but
it. That's it.
I'm not accusing you of murder. I
Okay. All right. As long as we've got that established, then we're good.
How? Okay. Why would you think I'm accusing you of murder? We've been together every hour of the day.
Because you apparently got a fucking attitude with me as soon as I started laughing. It was funny, okay?
It just makes it seem like you've done something, like you're laughing at a man dying. It's a
But I
little.
didn't do anything.
I know you didn't do anything. I know. It's okay. Anyway, part of me believes that apple that he ate was poisoned. There's a high chance that it was.
Do we know where the apple is right now?
No, I suppose we can ask the crew members. We also don't know where they were staying the night before. Unless they were
Was
here,
that the
of
night
course.
before, or was that here?
Oh, I believe it was. No, it was here. You're correct.
So we need to find the apple somewhere, either in here or in their rooms.
Yes. Well,
So I suppose we should look in the back first, back of the stage.
Yes, let's do that. Okay. We're-
You go.
Nelix makes his way towards the backstage. He like throws open the curtain and starts around.
You walk past Victor, who helps you open up the curtains, because they're rather heavy, being just pure velvet. And he motions you in so you can scour for evidence. And I need you to roll a investigation check.
Okay.
Are you guys helping him at all? Look?
Yes.
Then you can roll it at advantage.
Okay.
Well, I got a nat 20 anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you do the investigation.
So, Lyra, you scouring around, you find a couple apple cores. You imagine that there was just a pile of them or a basket that was given to them at one point for cast and crew that have all been eaten. And you find all of the apple cores in a singular trash can.
Well, is there a way I can like investigate the core more in a way where if I can tell if there's like a substance on it or something?
Sure. You lay out all of the different apple cores that are in there. There's 5 in total. One for each of the cast members. And you start to look at them, and you can tell that there's one that's different. It smells bitter, like almonds.
I found the poison core. And she like grabs it and holds it up to everybody. It's pretty obvious this is poisoned. It's bitter smelling. I believe that whoever gave them this basket, it was very obvious that they wanted him to eat it. So I believe we should track down the person who gave this basket to them. And I suppose that'll help us understand better who did it. Of course.
Sure. How do you go about doing that?
I guess we can go talk to Clarice, maybe, or the two women. Unless I can investigate the basket or something. Is the basket still there?
No. Yeah, the basket's there. It has a note attached to it.
Okay, can I investigate the note?
Yeah, sure. You open up the note, and it just says, "Good luck, break a leg. Thank you all for your hard work on this play. George."
That's worrying.
Sounds like we've got some more questions for this George.
Absolutely. It's quite worrying that the troop leader would do that. Would give them the basket.
Didn't you also specifically ask him where these apples came from?
Did we ask him? I don't think we knew of the apple yet, had we?
Well, he said that he did. He said that he ate an apple and he normally had a bigger appetite.
I don't believe we asked.
Well,
I suppose we should have, but
where is that George? Fuck.
we need to go find George.
You exit the main stage, and you still see George standing by the main doors. He seems like he's waiting for somebody, probably based on the fact that this is a murder scene. He's probably keeping all of the main suspects inside and waiting for the constabulary. But they haven't arrived yet.
Well, can we go have a polite and sweet conversation with Mr. George over there?
Absolutely. Fuck, what voice did I give him? Oh, hey guys! Good to see you. Find anything interesting?
Yeah, we actually did.
I don't know why you say it like that, but come on,
Well,
hear it.
We believe that he was murdered with poison as he vomited up quite a lot. And well, we looked in the back and we found an apple that he had eaten, one of which was very clearly poisoned.
Really?
And it would seem that you had given them the basket of apples.
I did. I put down a basket of 4 apples this morning. I got them from the local, there's... This is a trade secret. It's not really, it's just where I get my apples. There's an orchard in Fulsence that I tend to buy some apples from every now and again, but it's just a luxury because they're so expensive. So I tend to save them for nights of importance, like putting on this play for the first night. But I put down 4 of them. I don't believe any of the ones I put down were poisoned.
Well, that means somebody added an apple. There were 5 there, not 4.
Really? I usually don't put one out for myself, only for the group.
Well, that would mean
Somebody got an apple from somewhere else.
yes.
That complicates things.
Of course.
Oh, shit.
Well,
Do you know what kind of poison was used?
is there a way I can, like, figure that out?
Roll a nature check.
16.
You have smelled this poison before. You probably have even used it on a victim in your past. You can tell that it's belladonna. Deadly nightshade.
Well, I've seen this poison before. It's a type of poisonous nightshade.
Oh, like a tomato?
Sure, yeah, you can say that. I don't.
Are tomatoes poisonous? I've always thought tomatoes are poisonous. Maybe I'm just allergic to them.
No, they're. Are you eating them off? Are you eating them off lead plates, perchance?
What's lead?
Oh,
Forgot
we're
that
going
you
off
were the-
right here.
That's metal. Do you know what like a metal?
I mean, I know what metal is, but
Yeah,
I think
it's
the
a
plates
type
made
of
off
metal.
porcelain.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think you're just allergic to tomatoes, man. I don't know.
I don't know, man.
Anyway,
Anyway, I'm gonna stand over here in shock still. Let me know if you find anything
Okay.
else.
Sounds good. Fantastic. Awesome.
actually, I have one more question.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody that could get a belladonna anywhere? Anybody in the troop specifically?
Oh, you think a troop member did this?
Can't rule it out.
I really wouldn't be surprised. I heard that Terry was cheating on Victor recently.
What the
Gay
fuck?
lovers.
I'm sorry,
Okay,
why didn't we
wait.
get this information at the first questioning?
Oh, I mean, Victor wouldn't hurt a fly.
That's not the point here.
Well, the issue is that it wasn't just Victor that we've heard he was cheating on each. We heard from Victor that he was cheating on the two women as well.
Yeah, Terry gets around.
Terry's a fucking
Whore.
slut.
Hey,
Okay.
You just see what I mean when they said the local town flirt, but you guys said I was going too far. Anyway.
Look, I agree with you, man. He definitely was a whore. Well, I suppose we'll have to ask the two women in the troop.
oh yes, our lovely ladies. I really hope you guys find out who it is. And I hope,
I hope.
beyond hope, that it's nobody inside of the group here.
I'm starting to believe that it is because I'm starting to think Terry definitely had what was coming to him.
Perhaps that may or may not be true, but let's not go talking bad about the dead.
I'll speak
yet,
poorly
no.
of him
If only you knew.
when he cheats on multiple people. I think
Oh,
that's
trust me, I'll speak bad about him in his eulogy.
good.
But
Good.
not yet, not yet. I'm keeping that
George.
inside for now.
Was a massive.
Man
What are you
whore.
writing about me about?
Not Terry, not George, not George.
Terry,
You're not
that's
a whore.
right.
You're
Terry,
not a
that's
whore, George. Don't worry.
Well, I mean, you might be. I don't know.
You might be. Yeah. We have no idea.
Well, actually, tell us your intimate relationships.
Well,
Let's-
I was involved with Terry at one point, but that was a very
Oh
Go
my god.
figure.
He is a fucking whore. Oh
it
my
was a
goodness.
very
Okay.
long time ago when we were both very drunk. I doubt he even remembers.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Apparently he forgets a lot of his relationships.
you wouldn't be surprised, but I've been
Did you have any
married-
relationships with the other two?
Oh no, God no. They're not my type. And Terry.
Oh,
isn't
so
really
your
my
type is men.
Well, I have a wonderful wife and daughter.
I think you need to take a rain check on that one, pal. Anyway,
Yeah, I know.
sorry for asking. You seem to be a little apprehensive on
A lot
Uh,
of people are.
wife front. We'll
You
go
never
ask the other two.
haphazardly gotten married because your parents asked you to?
God, no.
Really?
No. Oh, of course not. If I did, I would have killed them.
Ah, well, good on you. not every one of us has the wherewithal to do that.
Real quick, if you wouldn't mind, what are the names of members?
Penelope and Clarice.
Oh, fantastic, long names.
Give me spell those for you.
I know how to spell, I just don't know what a horse is.
Okay. Thank you, George. I do
Nellick
appreciate
takes
it.
out his notebook and he's actually writing stuff down in it. But when you look over his shoulder, either one of you just sees a bunch of scribbles.
Just,
Like
just
doctor's
chicken.
handwriting.
It's just chicken scratch. There's no legible letters.
I'll have you know I have a +1 in intelligence, motherfucker.
I'm saying that they just can't understand your handwriting.
Or maybe I'm just writing in Dwarvish.
Yeah. You could be writing in another language. I'm just saying they all see just chicken scratch.
Okay. I thought you were just saying like that fucking Nellick doesn't know how to write.
It'd be funny though.
Nellick's just like writing, like he's just drawing. It's not even like writing anything down about the cake.
Yeah, you see stick figures in the corner. One of them is an apple. And it
You
has
see a boat.
it has X's in one of his eyes and it says horror written over it in very clear scratch.
With like an arrow pointing at it. Or.
Alright, now that I've got all my thoughts in order,
Alright, well, thank you, George.
I believe our next questioning is with the other people in this troop. What is the name of this troop?
We are
Yes.
well, we're Hitchcock and Company.
Oh my
And
god,
he
okay.
points to the sign that says Hitchcock and Company.
Yeah, they.
Hitchcock and Company. Oh, no wonder Terry worked for you.
He's
Man,
a big
I
fan
wish
of
my
that.
wife said that.
Oh, Jesus.
Aw.
Okay, you look, man. I'm
I have issues.
not exactly the one to speak on relationships. You know, say a few of my wives
A few.
aren't of the living anymore. Don't worry about it.
Wives, what? Do we need to talk about how much of a whore you are?
Well, I was a Greek. You know, we get around. Anyway,
Women were allowed to marry.
I think that's exactly why he was able to go around.
exactly.
Anyways,
Anyway.
I think we're missing the point here. All right, thank you so much. We're
Thank
going to
you.
go ahead and talk to Miss Penelope and Clarice.
Of course.
So let's talk to Clarice first.
Yeah, or do you maybe want to split up?
Please don't.
And I mean just you and me, because I don't think Oz is even awake right
Oz is just like in a stupor. He's just staring.
Oz is next to the dead body, just staring at him.
He's like poking it. He like whispers in his ear.
now.
I
but
would
he
love
gets to
you.
touch the body?
He's just staring at the dead body like this. Just. I would love you, man.
Victor's staring at Oz, like, trying to stop him from touching the body, but, like, he never really wants to get that close to it because of the smell, so he's, like, just flinching over in the corner.
Just constantly in the background, just don't!
No, stop! Stop it!
Stop!
Just, maybe you could just back off just a little bit. Oh, okay. Oh.
Stop! Stop it! No, don't touch it!
Oz, quit playing with your food!
What?
You better not eat that. I don't want that
Rips
smell
off
in
a
our
piece of
room.
his arm.
Hey!
Hey, you can't exactly disprove you're not a cannibal.
Would he be a cannibal if it's a doll eating a human?
Humanoid eating a human?
Tastes like chicken biscuit.
Chicken biscuit.
This whore tastes like chicken.
Are you going to speak with somebody?
Yes, we're gonna, let's go ahead and talk to Penelope first.
Penelope is a very prim and proper lady with her collar buttoned all the way up to the very top of her neck. And she's sitting at the piano and her hands are shaking. And she doesn't seem real focused on any particular thing right now. As you approach her.
Penelope, dear.
I take it, okay, you're taking the lead? Okay.
I got it.
No.
Alright.
Penelope.
Hi, people. People.
Hi.
Ooh.
We are living. Yes, hello.
Are you? Are you?
Oh.
Are you?
Yes.
Oh.
Just
Do you
a
need me to, like-
little humor there. I should be used
Yes.
to seeing death. Apologies for
Wow.
my appearance. Very shocking evening we've had so far, don't you think?
Of course.
Sure.
I know it's quite soon, but do you happen to know of any reason why a thing like this could happen?
I have no idea.
Perchance in terms of your relations with him.
I don't know. He just proposed to me yesterday. I can't imagine
Oh.
anything bad happening.
Oh, so you two were a relationship.
Oh, yeah.
You were
yes.
eloping.
We were
Oh. Oh dear. I don't. Let's reword that. You were in love, unfortunately.
What do you mean?
I don't think we can make that assumption. Don't listen to him. He's undead too. He doesn't know any better.
I'm pretty sure it's a woman.
It is.
So
Yeah.
the more proper question I think we should be asking that's relevant to the conversation is if you had any kind of interaction with Terry yesterday or this morning.
This morning we just had breakfast together. We both ate apples out of the basket. That George always
Did you-
supplies us before a show.
Who picked the apples? Did you grab one from a basket and he did too, or were you given an apple?
I'm not quite sure. I'm pretty sure Clarice handed me my apple. But Victor might have handed him his.
Who the fuck is Victor?
The fucker that's staring at the light right now.
I thought that was George.
No, George is the fucker standing in the corner like a little freakling waiting for the guys to come. The police, whatever.
So George
Oh.
is the leader of the band. He was the one playing the Prince in Gold in the play.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought he was the guy we were just talking to.
No, yes, you were just talking to George. Victor
Okay.
is the guy who always plays the villains, and we were making fun of his cape earlier.
Yeah, and then Oz.
Victor is the one in the corner.
Victor is
Victor
the one
is the-
by the body.
on the by the
trying
body,
to
the one.
prevent Oz from
Yeah, the
touching
one
it.
that's like, don't do it, don't, that's gross. Okay, alright.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Yeah, he's Stewie from Family Guy right now in the corner,
Yes.
like,
No!
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Well, that certainly raises some questions.
Do
So
you-
are you 100% certain that you saw Victor hand him the apple?
I can't be sure of anything. I was just so spellbound at the moment because, Terry took out the ring and everything. It's very distracting.
Yes,
And you notice very obviously that she is spinning a ring on her finger.
Is there anything else that's like noticeable of Penelope? Like, is there any like physical notes that I can see?
Go ahead and roll a investigation check at advantage because I like your question.
Okay.
because I like your question. That's fine.
At advantage, you say. Oh my god.
What is it?
I got a 6.
Just because I want you to know this and because we're short on time, I'm going to say you do notice something.
Okay.
Her
Thank you.
her collar is unkempt. And you notice just where it dips below her neckline, you see handprints on her neck that are clearly
Oh.
bruising.
Oh.
I kind of like I pull Lyra aside. Could you give us 1 second, Miss Penelope?
I'll just be here, darling.
Oh, let's get the fuck over here.
he stops grabbing on like the sleeve of the body, and he's just like, "Oh."
I kind of like take a couple steps away just from like the crowd and kind of make my own huddle with Lyra and Oz. Just, all right. I don't know about you guys, but I think this apple might have been an act of retaliation.
Do you know why do you think that? I don't.
So,
What leads you to believe this?
okay. So, I don't know if you noticed, but there's a bruise around her neck
Oh,
in the shape of hands.
that.
The only person that I can assume that she's had close, intimate contact with was Terry.
Yes, well, that.
She was
Makes
quite
sense.
shaken too. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure she would be quite shaken if she was innocent, but I don't think that's an innocent shake.
The bruising definitely leads me to believe that it is.
I just don't know if it's something I just don't know if the bruising is something I want to ask her particularly or ask around first.
Well, it would seem she's trying to hide it, so I'm.
Exactly why I don't know if it's a good idea to bring it up with her.
Unfortunately, I don't know if we have much of a choice. I don't think anybody else would know.
I suppose.
Suppose we could ask other troop members if they've seen any sort of odd behavior.
Well, maybe we should at least start with Penelope, and then maybe if we can't get much from her
Yeah,
after. Okay, I turn back around and take it towards Penelope. Miss Penelope, I can't help but notice the bruise around your neck.
Oh, you can see that. Oh, dearie. And she buttons up her collar a bit higher, and like it looks like it's almost choking her with how high her collar is.
Is there anything you want to tell us about?
Well, Terry was a traditional man.
Mhm.
Huh.
I said something out of line, and just how it is. He's a very sweet guy. I
how it
promise. It's
is.
just a moment of weakness for him.
Uh-huh. Is this something that's known around the troop, or is this something he kept between you?
I don't know if Terry told people, but I certainly didn't. And I tried to hide it. If they know, it is of their own guessing or intuition.
Hmm.
I'm quite sorry, dear.
I appreciate
happened
your
to you?
sorrow. But it's not necessary on your end.
Well,
I believe we asked everything we need right now.
yes,
Okay.
of course.
Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Absolutely,
I don't know if I'll be of much
absolutely.
use, but I'll try.
Thank you, dear. I do appreciate that.
We need to go talk to George.
I believe so, but I believe, obviously, like, we're gonna walk away from her so that we don't, talk about it in front of her.
Sure.
While I do agree with your theory of it being an act of retaliation, there's a chance that one of the troop members saw something.
Well, this is exactly why I want to talk to George, because the way that she's talking about it makes me think that possibly someone else was aware and someone else took justice into their own hands.
Yes.
And I have a feeling George might at least have a better idea than Penelope would.
He definitely seems to know everybody well enough to know, so yes, let's go speak to him about it.
What do you think, Oz?
What's your plans?
He's just like glancing back and forth between the body and whatever they're talking about.
Stop.
This
Oz-
isn't the first time you've seen a dead body. You're religious, for Christ's sake.
If you touch that body one more time, I swear to God, I will throw you against the wall. Leave the body alone. Do
You
not
could also
touch-
like help with the investigation.
Do not touch that body again. I swear to God, Oz.
Yeah, and that's not helping.
Like-
Just observes, just like
Lyra like walks over to George and like yanks Oz with her. Come on.
Is that small child giving you pause there?
He's
child.
he's a grown man. He's just.
Is he?
I-
From
I don't
Pico.
think we even know that. But in any case, we're just that's not the point of this conversation.
Next.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
Shut the fuck up.
You don't even know how to spell next. Shut up.
Do you? I mean, do you?
Yes, 2 different languages.
Okay, spell me the word next right now.
Well, I can't exactly spell it to you in Dwarvish because you don't even know its alphabet.
Okay, well-
Can we give you your best effort?
No, I'm not. I'm not entertaining you.
He doesn't, because you don't know how to spell it. That's why.
What
Oh
do
my
you
God,
know? Oh wait, yeah, you
this-
probably are.
This has nothing to do with the conversation we were having at hand.
Anyways, George,
Focus.
my man, my friend,
Thank you.
Yeah.
troop
guys.
leader. So I'm gonna ask you a pretty interesting question, and I want your 100% honesty on this.
Absolutely.
Are you aware of Terry's actions and infractions towards Penelope?
What actions?
Oh, you know, the strangling kind.
Strangling.
We saw quite.
She's covered in bruises.
Is she?
Yes, and they are in the shapes of hands.
And when we asked her about it, she said that it was traditional.
Oh. I don't. I didn't notice anything, but I tend to keep myself away from the rest of the truth.
Well, someone I believe had to have known about it, because obviously Terry's dead.
It could have something to do with that, very rightfully. But I wouldn't know anything. I sleep in a different car than everyone when we're traveling. I walk farther than them faster to get there before everyone.
Is there any way that I can, like... Is there any way I could tell, like, if he's telling the truth or not?
You can do an insight check.
Okay.
I have a +2 if you want me to do it.
I have a +2 as well.
Okay.
I got a 9.
You think he's telling the truth.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
I got a dirty 20, not a natural 20.
You also believe he is telling the truth.
Okay.
Shit, okay.
Weird.
You get the
Is there
feeling-
anybody else... Oh, good.
You get the feeling that he is being truthful, that he keeps himself away from the group. For what reason, you don't know, but it could just be a weird personality quirk of his. So, you don't believe that he would know that Penelope was being beat. But perhaps one of the other troop members does.
Well, thank you, George. We're gonna go ask the other two about it because I feel like we'd figure out what went
course.
down if we delve into that a little bit further.
Well, if you have an idea of who did it, the constabulary is just waiting outside. We told them that you were investigating and they wanted to know your idea of who it was once you're done.
Of course. Well,
Glad we're able to have that kind of judicial authority in parts.
Nah, I mean, people hire mercenaries all the time just to do random investigations for murders. It's not abnormal.
Oh, wait, we're getting paid?
Yeah, sure, I have 10 gold on me.
oh yeah, okay.
Well, I was gonna
Um,
do it anyway, but now that you mention
Yeah, I mean, money,
Damn it.
sorry, man.
No,
How
no.
it is.
you're not a very good businessman at all.
You know,
Well,
I'm just trying to get my co-worker's murder solved. Is that an offense?
Not at all. We'll figure it out. We'll come back to you and speak to them outside.
Of course, thank you.
Okay. Let's go talk to Victor again first because of the Apple thing.
Well, we also haven't talked to Clarice yet either.
Yeah. Well, let's talk to Clarice first and then talk to Victor again.
Okay. So let's start making our way towards wherever Clarice is.
Clarice looks like a barmaid for all intensive purposes. Her collar hangs a little low. She's well endowed in all the right places, and she's holding her hands directly underneath her boobage.
Fire. Cool.
Fire. Awesome.
That's awesome. Anyway.
And she's just kind of staring off into space.
Well, okay, we did it on Penelope. Can we, can I check if there's anything noticeably physically?
Yeah, sure.
Aside from boobage.
Roll an
Aside from
investigation
boobage.
check.
Aside from boobage, yes. Fuck, I ain't investigating shit. I got a 3.
No, you
Alright,
notice
let me try
nothing.
it.
Okay.
I got a natural 20, baby.
Natural
Oh.
20, you notice that
21.
she has a hickey that's behind her hair and some lipstick marks.
Lipstick marks. Hmm. Okay.
Fuck, was Terry or Penelope wearing lipstick?
Can we look at Terry's? Can I go over and look at Terry's face real quick?
Terry was. You don't even have to. I won't make you walk next to the dead body again. Before Victor put the hat on his face, and when you walked inside, you saw that he was wearing stage makeup, which included a nice berry lipstick on his face.
Did it look like faded or fucked up at all?
The lipstick mark on Clarice's cheek seems to be a bit fucked up. It's
Like-
smeared, it looks like it was tried to be wiped away, but it stained the skin. But it's
Is it the same color?
It is the same
Yeah, it's
color.
the same.
But you notice that Penelope is also wearing that same color of lipstick.
Oh my god, they're lesbians.
Well, see, this is exactly what I'm thinking of. I turned towards Lyra. Here, I have.
Are you saying this in front of Clarice first?
Clarice, shut up! I'm not talking here. No, like we don't even approach Clarice
Okay,
yet.
cool.
Like this is what we've noticed walking closer to her. There's just. I think we've. I see two possibilities here. You noticed the hickey, right?
Of course. Yes, and I'm assuming you noticed the lipstick stain as well.
I did. Oz, did you notice that, or are you too busy staring at dead bodies again?
Huh? What? Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you're
Yes.
fucking useless.
Yes,
Fucking-
listen, yeah.
Yes, fucking god. Can you? Okay, well,
He's about as
Back in,
useless
I
as a
was
fucking
about to say
religion.
something so bad.
I
Say something, anything.
Yeah, what's that, Mom?
I was gonna be like, back in my day, we didn't have those.
Dead bodies?
No,
Okay,
lesbians. Okay, I feel like I'm putting some pieces together here.
Are you? I'm not even sure I have the pieces together.
A little,
I see two possible outcomes. Someone was cheating,
of course.
and knowing that Terry was an absolute whore. But perhaps Penelope was trying to get away from Terry. But Penelope accepted Terry's proposal. But Terry was a whore.
Here's what I think that Terry was not the only cheater.
What do you mean?
Either that, well, here's, going back on the thought of somebody else seeing what Terry had done, there's a chance that Clarice saw the bruises and she decided to take matters into her own hands.
Well, this is why I'm thinking it possibly could be Penelope. Maybe she knew that this affair was happening.
Maybe, because there's also a chance that it was Clarice as well.
Well, I suppose we should finally go talk to the harlot, eh?
Well, the only issue with us seeing the lipstick mark is not only was Terry wearing it when we walked in, but obviously you could see Penelope's wearing the same shade.
I agree, but here's the thing, though. Terry's a whore.
Yes, but we've established that Terry's a whore, but
This is like key evidence.
let's just go ask Clarice about it.
All right.
Then we're gonna walk up to Clarice. Hi, dear.
Hello. She is an elf, by the way.
Oh, great! I hate you even more.
Oh,
Let's
jolly.
ignore him. He's
I'm sorry.
things happen. Of course. Anyway. Do you let me just preemptively ask here.
Of course.
Well, actually, let's be most appropriate about this. First and foremost, we're so very sorry for the loss of one of your friends. Our condolences.
No, thank you.
Is there anything we can do to perhaps help? Anything you need?
I think I'll be fine, but Penelope's probably going to need some support through this time.
Yeah, I noticed. Fiance dying like that isn't have happened ever.
No, I
Odd
can't
question.
agree with that standpoint. Once you guys are done with your investigation, I'm hoping to go over there and support her, but George told us to stay away from each other just a little bit so that way you guys can talk to us.
Is that the only reason why?
Why we're all spread out like this?
Yeah. Is there any particular reason why you're not one stand near Penelope or even talk to her?
Well, I would like to
Is
talk
there
to
a-
her more.
Is there any kind of your relationship with Penelope like?
I mean, you can just outwardly ask questions like that, and investigate her. No need to
That's
beat
why
around the
I'm
bush.
asking.
I am in love with Penelope.
Oh,
I fucking knew they were lesbians.
shut the fuck up.
But if you're talking about the lipstick mark on my cheek, it's unfortunately not from her.
Well,
What about the
I
hickey?
didn't even notice that there was a lipstick mark on your
Oh,
cheek.
sure.
I was mentioning the lipstick mark on your neck.
The lipstick mark's on her cheek. There's a hickey on her neck.
Oh, I thought there was lipstick and a hickey.
No.
Okay. But yeah,
Well, I'm assuming the hickey is from the same recipient.
Unfortunately.
unfortunately.
Let me come out and ask. Were you jealous of Tyler? Were you
Tyler.
seeing as I don't remember the
Who the
fucker's
fuck is
name. The
Tyler?
dead guy. The dead
Terry.
fuck.
Terry.
Terry. It's like white guy name number 1 and 2, bruh.
You have a fucking notebook.
Whatever. Continue. Terry.
Jealous.
Were you jealous
isn't the
of
right
Terry?
word. If Penelope was happy to be with him and safe to be with him, then I would have been happy enough to see them off married.
Well, this
But
leaves
you
me
knew she
with
wasn't
another
safe.
question.
I knew she wasn't happy.
Did you know that she was being abused as well?
How could I not?
She did know. Clarice,
Mm-hmm.
did you kill Terry?
What if I told you I wasn't the only one?
How many fucking people killed this guy?
Oh, Oz, you're there. Holy shit, I forget you exist.
Fucking people killed this guy!
The one time I hear this fucking doll voice speaking, I just imagine it's like right next to me. Jesus Christ! Scared the shit out of me.
Fucking Jesus.
Anyway, sorry. What do you
What are you
mean?
implying?
What do you mean you're not the only one?
I'm not going to spoil it.
Mhm.
Well, I guess
If
this
you want
isn't
to, if you want to
the
stay out of
end.
jail, you're gonna to.
Listen, as soon as they see the marks that are left on Penelope, they're not going to prosecute me for protecting my best friend.
Best friend.
Yes, I would normally agree with you, but outright perceived aggravated murder?
Aggravated. It's up to interpretation as far as I'm aware.
As far as I can tell, we're the one making that determination.
Mm, perhaps.
I do want to ask, what do you? I'm assuming that there was another person involved.
Well, I mean, there's only 3 of us who travel together. I'm sure your mind wanders.
I do believe it's quite obvious.
What's your relationship with Victor like?
Victor's my brother.
I see.
Well,
Called in a favor, did you?
did you know of the relations with him as well?
Oh, yes. Well, I don't want to give away too much. But me and Victor were close with Terry for the express purpose of trying to separate him and Penelope. We received some backlash because of it. Both of us are laden with bruises under our costumes.
I'm assuming it's from the dead fucker over there.
Oh, wouldn't you imagine?
Harry.
I don't care about his name. He's abusive. He's a cheater. He doesn't deserve to be named.
I'm glad you understand. If we could keep this between us, we could say he died of a heart attack.
But we know he didn't die of a heart attack.
Sure, you do. They don't know outside.
Unfortunately, dear, I don't believe you can cover this one up as a heart attack.
It's worth a shot. As long as Penelope is safe, that's what I care about. I don't care what happens to me.
Make
Say
sure
it's
you're
me.
all just safe.
Leave my brother and Penelope out of this. Does that work?
Did you kill him, or did Victor kill him? Who handed
I
him the
placed
apple?
the apple and I
Victor
planted
did.
it in his hand. Victor just
Oh.
supplied me the poison.
George has no idea about any of this.
George doesn't know a damn thing. He doesn't know how to run a business. He doesn't know who his actors are. He doesn't run background checks. It's almost as if
Oh.
he employed multiple undead in his ranks.
Hmm. So I'm assuming all of you are not up to living.
It's up
I
to
don't-
interpretation.
Well, I suppose a lot of things are up to interpretation with you.
Yeah.
I won't justify your actions, Clarice, but I won't justify his either.
Penelope is safe now, away from that man.
I don't know if I can guarantee that you and your brother will walk free, seeing as
Just
well
keep
as it
my brother
as
out
it
of this.
stands. Unfortunately, your brother's an accomplice in the murder.
We'll see.
Here's the thing, though, Lyra. Does anyone really care if proper justice was administered here?
See, that's what I'm saying. The dwarf gets it.
I
And he has a
understand. But
magnificent beard at that.
I never thought I'd agree with an elf, but yeah.
I understand where you're coming from with this, but
And you have very pretty eyes, my dear. Might I say
unfortunately, I'm a lesbian. I'm not lesbian enough to let you persuade me like this.
that? It's worth a shot.
Um,
Here's the thing, though. Lyra, if they didn't do something and we found out, you know, if Clarice didn't kill Terry outright, we would have suspected something and probably would have killed him ourselves.
well, be that as it is, I don't think we've murdered anybody so far. So
Well, wasn't it you that just said they're not human?
I don't believe being human takes away from the fact that they still deserve to live. Terry was a piece of shit, but that doesn't mean he deserves to be murdered over it.
That's pretty good classification to die as being a piece of shit.
I don't believe that somebody should be murdered. They should be
Well, I don't think
prosecuted,
somebody-
but there's a difference.
It's
Well,
hard
as
to
it
be
sounds like, it
prosecuted
sounds
when
like
you
we're the
move
one
from town to
prosecuting.
town.
Listen, I know you disagree with me, Nelik, but I'm not going to let either of these two walk free. Just because.
Because it was the
shaky
right thing to do.
I understand that in your eyes it was the correct thing to do, but I don't agree.
The only justice you're trying to administer is injustice. Point. What's done is done. It can't be undone. I agree with you there. But someone doesn't have to live in fear anymore.
Smell of decay. It's precious.
I'm not asking you to do anything. If anything, I'm asking you to not do anything at all. Walk away.
I don't agree with the methods of doing this.
I don't need you to agree. I need you to walk away. Let's just walk away.
Did we walk away from the goat just because it wasn't a human? Did we not try and save it?
That's not fair. The goat wasn't beating other goats.
It's not that. It's not the fact that it wasn't doing anything. It was. These are still people.
Again, Lyra, I don't
There's a
need you to
justice
agree
system
with
for a
me.
reason.
I need you to walk away.
What if I don't? What if I do try and?
I can't agree with you. There's no justice being administered here.
There's no justice in what you're trying to do.
I believe the only way to win this game is not playing. Any kind of action here isn't really a win. No one wins here. But
So
at least
letting,
if we walk away, no one loses.
letting two murderers walk away isn't losing to you.
If it wasn't them that was going to kill him, that what the hangman was. So what? You're gonna arrest them for cheating the hangman?
If it helps, it was our first and only.
I'm
Fine.
telling you, we're doing the right thing here.
We might be two damn peers, but we've never feasted on human blood. Tried to stay away from it. Terry just provoked a rage.
I don't need your help. I already don't like the idea that I'm letting a fucking elf go of all people.
I'm sorry. I'm explaining myself to the
I don't
pretty
need your help.
lady in front of me.
I don't need your help. We're already letting you go.
Alright.
She don't want you, gang.
I
I
swear to God,
don't appreciate
if we
you.
hear anything about this troop and death again, if it's not a show, you better hope we never find you again.
Then I hope for that as well.
Get out of my sight.
Yeah, sure. But unfortunately, the constables won't let us leave until you talk to them first.
I know. I will talk to them, but just get away from us.
Fine.
I turn to Lyra. Just, I don't like it any more than you do, but I feel like if we arrested them, it'd be worse.
How? Please explain to me how.
As they've already just explained, they're not outright serial killers. They were defending their friend.
That doesn't take away from the fact that they murdered a man.
I'm not saying it does, but would you? There is a clear difference murdering a piece of shit who beat someone versus murdering an innocent person. He wasn't innocent.
I don't believe we'll ever agree on this.
And I,
Do
as I
whatever
said,
you want to do.
as we said before, Lyra, I don't need you to agree with me on this, but what I did need you to do was walk away, and you did that.
Just go speak to them all.
Now let's go talk to George, and go talk to the constable, and I need a fucking drink.
And for the sake of brevity, you do just that. But, what do you say to the police officers?
To the constables, we will have determined no foul play was involved, and due to Terry's underlying conditions, due to medical complications, he severed a massive stroke on set.
It sounds perfectly reasonable to me. That guy was fucking crazy.
I don't know why he decides to take as much as many painkillers as he does. Last time I didn't think he was hurt, but you know.
He probably didn't even feel anything.
Well, there's some justice in that, I suppose.
Thank you, strangers, very much. Your services in this investigation will have been remembered in the community for a while.
If I remember correctly, our services also come with payment?
Yes, I believe George paid you earlier.
Oh, did he? Oh, fantastic.
Alright. It seems like you folks need a good, proper ale. Is that right?
You have no idea.
You can get some scotch, whiskey, or whatever you please at the bar where, yeah, you know, it's just next to the check-in station.
Also, just real quick, for the sake of the party, I'll hold on to the 10 gold.
Okay.
Just so it's easier. Or do you guys want to split it up?
I don't need it.
Gold split,
Oh.
10 gold split 3 ways. Who gets the 0.5?
Or who
It's like
just keeps the extra piece?
nickel.
I'll just hold on to it, it's fine.
Just hold on to it.
You bite a piece of gold in half and hand it to Oz.
Alright.
Okay.
Nellic will take up a stool at the bar and just whatever ale you got.
Sounds mighty fine, stranger. And that is where we will end today's session.
Okay.
Okay. Didn't think I was gonna deal with SA, but alright.
Yeah.
Or sorry, DA.
SID.
Rest your cookies.